So you're the guitarist, and you got you got two other guys, well, three other, a gal named Liz Kuhn by your what's on your site who subs in for
Yeah,
some
she's a
wind
former
instruments.
bandmate. She played flute on a couple of those songs.
Okay, yeah, so she sounded like
What's
just a
that?
sub. She sounded just like a kind of a ringer who came in to play woodwinds, but the core is the power trio, right?
Right.
The
I,
bass.
I I wouldn't say she's a ringer just like out of respect. We certainly appreciate her contributions. But it was sort of a fun experiment to have flute on some tracks, I thought. I don't know. What did you think of the flute?
I don't think I've gotten there. I'm down to track 3 on your Bandcamp page, which is the mercurytree.bandcamp.com.
Hmm.
Um, and maybe I missed it. The texture, was she playing on either of the first 3?
It is in Julienne during the heavy riff section, but it's sort of an ambient loop kind of thing that's going between the speakers, so it's kind of textural. You might have to
To listen
listen a
for
little
it.
bit closer to
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I
hear it.
definitely heard like textures, and if I listen close, I might discern if
It
they
could
were
even sound like a synth, really.
right. That's I was going to say. I probably wasn't listening close enough to discern if it was a synth or a flute or something else. But the I was going to say the drummer. And I mean, you're quite a good guitar player, so I know you're knocking yourself earlier, but you're very good. But these guys you're playing in the rhythm section are sick. I mean, and here's the thing. I run this site bandslikerush.com, so it's kind of a goofy angle, but um, that band Geddy and Neil are everyone's still the great the one of the two of the greats in their fields, right? They are great, but
Absolutely.
these days I'm just sorry. There's just the talent is just so insane, and I would venture to guess that your drummer is playing stuff that's more subtle, more nuanced, and just as chops. It's just as sick as what Neil could do. And your bass player too. I mean, it sounds like they both got the kind of the extreme jazz fusion chops that you hear in some of these players. The bass tone is great. I mean, it sounds like he has 6 strings. I don't know if that's true, but he's got a
No,
wide.
yeah, absolutely. Good ear. Yeah. That he started playing six string about a year ago, and part of that was I started playing baritone guitar, so he wanted to
Ah,
have some lower notes. But yeah, the high string have just allowed for some really clever things that he can do, especially with tapping. So yeah, absolutely, I'm humbled to have those guys play with me.
so that sounds interesting. So 6 string is the bass is gives you 2 lower strings or one low and one high.
It's like a five string, which has the extra lower string, but it has an extra high string as well. So
Right.
extra
Okay.
string on both sides.
Cool. And baritone guitar. I've never laid hands on one, but what's up? What's that like?
Basically, it just allows you to tune lower without having problems with the strings getting rubbery or intonation problems. And it's actually it wasn't originally something I wanted to play lower, but I came across this tuning called New Standard Tuning, which when I tell people about it, they've almost never heard of it, but it was invented by Robert Fripp. And the basic idea is that you tune the guitar in fifths instead of fourths between each string.
Like a violin or a cello.
Exactly, exactly. And because of how high you end up going, you need to start from a lower point in order to be able to get up to the high point.
Oh, I see. Yeah, to cover the right range, similar range as guitar. Neat.
Right.
So
So it's cool. I actually have the range of a seven string with this baritone tuning on a six string.
and it's a different instrument.
It, it's, really the difference between a baritone guitar and a regular guitar is just the neck will be a couple of inches longer. So it just increases the string tension. And, it's designed a little bit differently to accommodate the different dimensions.
Neat. What
I'm
songs?
sure the pickups are a little different too.
Yeah, what songs on this album do you use the baritone on?
Well, Running the Gamut is the only song on this album where I use it. Um, sort of has an identifiable sound during the heavy riffs during the chorus.
Hmm.
And then there's also a new song that I've posted on our Facebook page called Interstitial, and that's all tapped baritone. That's another thing about the baritone is because the neck is larger, it makes it easier to tap. and also the fifth tuning allows for some just amazing shapes in the fifth tuning sound beautiful.
Wow.
So that's been a major area of my interest.
Neat. So the music again, like I said, I gave you some examples of why I like it. It's also well, it's mixed and engineered very well. So first of all, I'm curious, who did that? Do you guys do it, or do you hire someone?
Yeah, I did that myself. I started using Pro Tools about 9 years ago, and just started off recording myself, but I've just tried to kind of raise the bar higher and higher. So I'm really pleased that you think it sounds good.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I'm in the same boat. I totally self-taught, but I've decided I'm going to try to learn, and it's great to hear someone like yourself who's a all-around do-it-yourselfer and is sounding really good.
Thanks a lot.
So
yeah, I've done a few projects for some other bands too, which I think have come out pretty well.
Good. Is that just for fun or for profit or both, or to improve your skills?
Well, I can't really, the people I work with can't really afford to pay a large amount of money, so it's mostly my friends, and they kick me a few bucks to be nice. But despite that, I still think the stuff we come out with is competitive sounding.
Yeah. The going back to the music, not only is you mix up the tempos, the meters, which is classic prog style, but you're also mixing up the